Welcome back to this Let's Play of Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. Last time we fought some Mandalorians in the battle circle and did some other things to try and, get some credibility with them so that we can borrow their shuttle. I mean, come on. Can't we just charge into camp and steal it? But, the Ebon Hawk is currently damaged and awaiting repairs. I guess if we left Atton to repair it, it must not be going that quickly because Atton doesn't have much in the way of repair skill. But he's out of the party for now. I was looking through my characters, and there's only one character I have left who I haven't really maxed out my influence with, and that's G0T0. I may never actually max out my influence with him. You don't get very much. You don't really get anything for doing so. And honestly, he's a dark side character, and I don't really want to take dark side actions unless absolutely necessary. And in this case, there are a couple more places I can get influence with him, but I'm probably not going to max it out. So he's probably never going to be like HK-47, completely light side and, ridiculous.
You there, I am in need of your assistance. I'm Kumis. Zargo is not wrong in thinking me dead. We assume that any Mandalorian who does not report back within a day has been taken by the jungle. I still live. I am just in a difficult situation. A patrol was sent to look for weapon caches in this region. They found 3 sites that looked promising. Zarga told me to prove myself by taking explosives to those sites and uncovering the caches, if they exist. This was the first site. After easily dispatching some Maras, I removed my pack and began to plant my charges along this ridge. When I finished setting the charges, I looked down to see Canucks swarming all over my pack. The pests were eating everything. I killed the Canucks, but then a herd of Bomas arrived. I had no more ammo. The extra energy cells I had brought had been in my pack, so I've been up here, weaponless for 2 days.
Okay,
You must have cleared a path to the beast coming here. If you take care of the Boma beast, I can make it to safety.
Or we could just give you some ammo.
My blaster rifle's been useless ever since I used it to bash in a Canuck's skull.
Alright, well, what about a reward?
Not everything is about barter and rewards. I only ask what any warrior deserves. A chance to die for a cause, not starving and weaponless at the mercy of beasts. If you wish to aid me, then kill the Boma beast that's around this place. Let me return to my brothers. Let the honor of the deed be your reward.
And you can use some persuade to further get more.
There is truth in what you say. If I make it back to the Mandalorian camp, I will see to it you are rewarded.
Okay. You can also, that detonator there, you can just set it off and kill him. That'll get you influence with G0T0, which is why I was talking about him earlier. Unfortunately, even just a single dark side action like that will drop me to about here on my lightometer. And frankly, we're getting to the point in the game where it will probably be most of the game before I would be able to get my light side, get back to light side mastery. And I'd rather have the light side bonus than have influence with a companion that doesn't really do anything.
I'm grateful for your help, stranger. I'm returning to the Mandalorian camp now. I won't forget this. I have only one request. Please, don't mention this incident to anyone.
Yeah, it is kind of embarrassing. I mean, Mandalorian ran out of ammo? Interestingly, you can release him and then, rat him out and get dark side points. I don't, I guess if you were trying to play a neutral playthrough, maybe that would be useful from a standpoint of that, but whatever. Only the Canucks drop things here. Everything else just dies. He was talking about 3 caches. One of them we found earlier, and we remember was right at the entrance to this area before we found any live Mandalorians. And since this is still an old battlefield, there's still some loot lying around there too. Alright, well there's a second part of that phased pulse converter. I believe there are 3 subparts. Oh, what's this thing? I think that's the Zach egg you were talking about. That targeting scope Mark III is actually fairly decent.
Zach egg is just up ahead. Together we have a chance of defeating it.
Alright, let's do it.
Then we fight.
Rook would probably say that I just charge in as always, but honestly, you might as well. It does have like 300 hit points, but it's not that hard.
Thank you for your help. We have killed the Zach egg. I will leave the spoils of battle to you. I'm going back to camp and will tell them about Eid here.
Alright. And you still need to bring evidence of the kill back, so there's a Zach egg here. And another skeletal corpse back here. Just some garbage. Oh well. Sometimes those corpses have fairly decent items on them. Not that time. I'm just using Adrenal Alacrity instead of the Force Power because Adrenal Alacrity lasts a lot longer. So if you're just running around, it means you have to just hit buttons less. One thing that I'm sort of unhappy about is the order in which I got the Advanced Force Powers, because if I'd done it right, one of the Advanced Force Powers, Force Forms you get, is a Force Form which increases the duration of your buffs. And given that a lot of the buffs have like 20-second long durations, that's a big advantage, because it doubles their length. But, oh well. Instead we have Ataru, which is, you know, hey, it's not the... It's a little different than the way I usually play this game. The playthrough I did, last playthrough I did as a Consular / Jedi Master, which meant that I would just had, you know, Force powers coming out the wazoo. Maybe a little bit of overkill between going from those two classes. This is a casting class to a casting class. But you can be just fine at melee attacks. I mean, the only thing I'm getting out of being a Jedi Weapon Master is +2 damage and like +3 or 4 to base attack. So it's not like that's a, you know, paradigm shift. Here's Kelborn. He's one of the people we're supposed to find.
What are you doing out here? It's dangerous for your kind.
Okay. Yeah, we can handle ourselves.
You've shown promise by making it this far. Maybe you can prove your worth by giving me a hand. Mandalore sent me out here personally to track a ship that landed in the area. Yeah, from what little we can pick up on sensors, it was bigger than your ship. Most likely a freighter or dropship. This one was trying to slip in quietly, and it was keeping its eye on emissions to a minimum. Our sensors almost didn't pick it up.
Okay. Any sign of crew?
Just this corpse here. Looks like a scout, and pretty green, too. The fool walked right into a group of Canucks and got torn apart. He can't have been the only one crawling around here. If there's more, we need to take them out. You up for some action?
Sure.
Good to hear. There's more of these scouts in the jungle. There's many paths, and I don't want them to slip by. If we split up, we should be able to find their scouts, if you're up for it. I'm going to take up a position to the east. You go west. I'll make sure none of them get past me.
Alright. And, we have to get his approval to fight further in the battle circle, so we kind of have to, you know, do as he says.
What happened to Lon?
He got swarmed by those little beasts. I think they're called Canox.
I hope this mission is worth it to the Colonel. If not... Wait! Did you hear that?
That's her! Get her!
Okay. They're looking for me. And they're not bounty hunters. They're, also not very dangerous. What a bunch of Yetzes. Good thing I didn't miss that skeletal corpse there. Wouldn't want to have missed out on 45 credits.
Set the staging camp up here. This jungle just never ends.
Lieutenant, 2 of our scout patrols haven't reported back.
Do more? Nothing is worth this.
More beasts!
Everyone, attack!
Oh, I think they meant me too. Hi, boys. Hi, boys.
Let us end this.
Alright, well. Still looking for another Cannock. Oh, here's one right here. Hopefully he has that last part. I don't know what happens if you actually, go out here and kill them all. That crystal blue that I just picked up is a random item that is, if you don't have your lightsaber already, that would be a lightsaber part. There are a couple places like that where normally if this is a place where you would get a lightsaber part, you get a lightsaber instead, but not in this case.
That's another one for me.
I still am short maybe one lightsaber over what I'd like to have. Even though I've got a lot of my party members that are really sort of working on blasters rather than the rather than lightsabers, but hey, this permacrete detonator here is for the 3rd cache. We found one of the caches early on, right as we were getting in the area. The second one he found, Kumas or whatever his name was found. So I think that was the last. Yeah, that was the last piece. What's this? This Onasi blaster here is okay. It's one of the better things. This Sith mask gives force point regeneration. Unfortunately, Kreia can't use it. It requires heavy armor proficiency, which I think only a Disciple has, and giving him a Sith mask would be funny. And setting off the charges kind of wakes up the
I don't
world.
like the sound of that. I think you've just stirred up a Minot nest.
Or, well, maybe not a Minot nest, but, yeah, we've got a whole bunch of stuff incoming, but I'll just wait for next time to do it. I think we're out of time.